Everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys. So, everybody who subs to me knows why my channel is different from the other players' channels, majority of them. There are some players out there who are like me, who break out and show the game's capability. But today, I wanted to take a special couple of minutes to explain that this game has always been designed that any class can play any role. It's intentionally designed like that. One of the main reasons you can see this is just the abilities within the classes themselves, and how the devs will adjust each class to accommodate those roles more and more to give players diversity. But the problem of it is we have the multitude of the community who's been brainwashed, right? This is why I have spoken out, and it's always been like that. And I'm not the only one telling you guys that, guys. So today, instead of like pointing out YouTubers and kind of, putting targets on them, I'm going to go to websites, right, that will tell you the same fucking thing. Now this one is elderscrollsonline.info classes, right? Right. Okay. So, roles. Any class in ESO is great for what? Any role. That's because there's a lot of other skill lines, weapons, armor, skills, werewolves, vampire, so on, but each class has its ability, and these abilities also have specializations, right? So, as you can see, they say healer is the Templar, rogue is Nightblade, right? You can see this, but they never say it's the only. This says this is kind of like the base format, but goes back, any class can play any role, right? Right? Damage dealer or healer with any class. What about archetypes? You can be a tank, damage dealer, or healer with any class. With any class. Right? This is the novice builds, guys. These are the novice builds. So we're going to go to another one with a forum on the Elder Scrolls. What is the best class overall and why? The title says it all. And here you have a poster saying there is none, because every class can fill every role. It's a matter of personal preference. Surprising. It's shocking. It's a fucking miracle. Going to another page. This is what I really like about this one. Once again, ElderScrollsUpdate.com. Building the best DPS class. This is more DPS. But let's go here. Next week, the Tamriel Infinia moves on to Tuesday. Blah, 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 blah. I think you will be surprised at what we'll be able to pull together. How does a Dragon Knight healer sound? What about a Sorcerer tank and light armor? Yes, those are possible. It's possible. It's viable. And that's what I highlight in my channel. Right? What I've given this community is probably hands down probably some of the best information that's been eluding most players. Because they come to YouTube rather than search forums or the web or so on and so forth. That's why I became a YouTuber, right? Because they were getting polluted. They were becoming literally dumb as fuck. Ignoring DRs, so on and so forth. Now, it's kind of crazy because I'm going to go to one of my videos here. Actually, I will do some highlights of other players' videos here. And one of the ones I want to show you is, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Just put tank. How to build a tank. Maybe that's under that. Okay. Now, here is one of the videos that literally I have 81 dislikes on. Right? 81 dislikes. And I'll actually go to it. I want to show you guys some of these comments. All right. It's kind of important. All right. I'm not going to play the video. Let me check something. Make sure my headset's on correctly. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Moving back. All right. So we're going to go down, waiting for all this to generate, at least the comment section. The comment section will show. Why isn't it showing the comments? Anyways, it's kind of crazy. So I have all these comments about health, right? I go into the health, why health is important for mitigation, and how shields stack in this video, right? Tons of information. Now, previously, in show you with Outcast when he was rolling Alkosh as a tank. I think this is it.
Introducing League of Legends. Woo!
Okay, so here it is,
League of Legends.
right?
And why do I play it so much?
I mean, it's here.
It's probably the most popular game in the world right now, competitively.
And I don't know
casually.
why my
And
volume
most people
is
are
whatever. My volume's not working.
Summoner's Rift. So there are 2 teams, and each team has 5 members.
turn
and
this
each
up.
member controls a champion.
There it is.
League has a bunch of.
All right, so we're gonna skip the ad.
Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you enchants on everything.
This is Wooler.
Alright, that gives you the most resources. I know you cannot Marv Lockhart.
There it is. Okay, so a lot of people were rolling this crap, right? A lot of people were rolling the shit. But it has nothing, next to nothing for mitigation. 0. It's a DPS set, right? And matter of fact, I don't even know what Wooler's health is at. Now he's one of the most respected
and the
tanks.
Fight in Crypt of Hearts 1. The about K, and then the rest you can just dump into stamina.
Okay, so he's at 30k max health, right? I don't know what his new shit is, so we're gonna take a look what his new stuff looks like. Right? Okay. Jeez, Mateezes.
With that discussed, let's get.
Okay.
Hello everyone.
All right. Let's see. And he usually goes over all this stuff, plague doctors, everything else, and like mitigation and stuff. But like literally, Alkosh was one of the worst sets. The worst sets for a tank. As far as a main tank. Off tank, one thing. Main tank, it was terrible. It was gross. Right? I want to see his new build. He's got discussions. But, you know, if you guys go to Outcast tank, his new one is stacked health. Why? Because he knows it's fucking, like, totally beast as fuck. I want to say it's this one.
League of Legends is a team-oriented strategy game. You'll start by choosing one.
Let's take a look at this.
Dragon Knight tanks are like twice as good as any
61!
other tank
Look at
setup
this!
Here.
Look at this!
Let's go through the build and I kind of try to...
Okay, why in the fuck would you want a high health tank? Why? Because it mitigates more. It mitigates a shitload more damage because of the shield system. The way the shield system works in this game. Right? And yet, I was one of the players who first came out and told players this. Now, there were players who always stacked high health. I wasn't the first to make it. I was the first to speak up about it. And all of a sudden, I'm getting backlash. 81 dislikes because they said it was too much fucking health. That was the reason. Yeah, I still also have trolls who says it's Templars that are the only healers. But yet I show you guys pages where any class can make any fucking build. My boy X, Zedon, I pronounced his name wrong. This dude is the shit. One of the main reasons I subbed to him was his one video about diminishing returns. This is my dude. This is my brother. He is my bro. Every day of the week. Every day of the week, this is my dude.
You do that? How did you do that?
I don't know if I'll be able to look up some of his videos, but he's the shit, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. And he's been getting a lot of increased subs, but we've been subbed to each other prior to hitting a K. Like, before he hit 1,000, before I even hit 500, we were subbed to each other. And for all, it was a respect thing because we knew about what we were doing. You know, he does everything the way I do it. See, now if you go to channels and stuff, he's always whatever. And he is sub to Outcast, Zenimax, Bethesda, me, Pudu, Fang, all those guys. So it's an honor. It's an honor. He is one of the best, in my opinion. Beats these guys hands down. I want to see if he has his diminishing return stuff. Because honestly, it's probably one of the best that he went into in the beginning. He was like really good at it. He's only got one video. Let me see. And he liked my video on diminishing returns from way back then. And he did this one video and it caught my eye. And I don't know where it is, but literally he was in dungeons just allocating his CP based on the diminishing factors of each tree. And when that caught my eye, because that's how I do shit. And I'll start on small mobs, then I'll adjust up to the dungeons. But this dude was just going straight in dungeons and allocating his points. And that, to me, is why if I sub to a player, it's either due to respect for the community, or it's because that player is offering something unique to the community. That's why I will sub to certain players. Just it's a respect thing or whatever. Me and Deltia had indifferences, but you know, he kind of admitted, yes, there is diminishing returns, Mystic. Yes, you can overvalue the penetration. And because he was a big man and he, you know, literally we talked about this, I finally gave a lot of respect because, you know, he didn't let pride get in the way. And I was like, you know what, I'm subbing to this man. I mean, when he left, I was like, this is the day I will sub to you and support you even when you leave, because you have given a lot to this community. No one can deny that, not even me. And you're not prideful. You set things to the side. And in that one speech, I felt like he was talking directly to the community about don't let pride get in your way. And you can admit when you're wrong. and you can learn from it. And when he said that, it was like, boom, done. This man now has, I always respect him because what he gave the country. But when he actually said those words, hands down. There's different ways to build in this game. There are different ways to play this game. You are not fixated on one set way. There is no fucking best in slot. They are brainwashed people in this community, and it's because of the YouTubers that are feeding into the bullshit. Just give your builds. Don't tell them it's best in slot. Just give the build. If the build performs well, players will use it regardless, even if you call it BIS. The reason they put BIS on it is because they want players to grab their build, click their link. It's a commercial fucking bullshit is what it is. It's to grab players' attention. That's all it does. You know, and I'm so sick because it's like, I don't care. I'm not going to bash on anybody's build, right? At the end of the day, if it gets the job done, who gives a fuck? But don't call it BIS, because there are different ways to actually bypass that gear's parameters, depending on a secondary, a primary, your secondary, your monster set, whether or not you roll a monster set, whether or not you're going to stack other effects like master weapons. There are a shitload of variables in this game, right? A shitload. That's what makes content creating in this game so appealing. And the devs are always going to stay true to what Elder Scrolls has always been about. Elder Scrolls, when you played anything prior to ESO in Elder Scrolls universe, you had a sandbox. You could make the character the way you wanted to develop it. In this game, they took that concept and still applied it to class-based system, because class-based system is what MMOs are familiar with, right? It's kind of like the thing. So ZOS niched it and said, we're going to do both. We're going to go ahead, give them the class system that they're typically accustomed to with the capability of being able to play any role within that class. It was brilliant. It was. Problem of it is, now we got a bunch of people who are brainwashed and are dumb as fuck. So it is what it is. Like, I love it when people are like, you know, prove something to me. I have nothing to prove to anybody. Most of the content I provide is for the average player to get them up to a certain point to determine whether or not where they go from that direction. I never, excuse me, I never call things best in slot. I never say this is the best build. I never mislead my viewers into thinking that there's only one way to go. That's never going to happen. Never. The only person I really give a 100% respect to is this man right here. This man right here. I give him 110% respect. Every day of the week. Every flipping day. And if you ask him what BIS is, guess what he'll tell you? There's no such fucking thing. There's no such thing. If you ask him, you know, can other classes play other roles? He'll be like, yes, they can. He'll tell you that. And that's why he has my upload respect. So take it for what it's worth, guys. Take it for what it's worth. You know? I do content the way I want to do it. I don't need to roll trials every day of the week once I get the set pieces I'm looking for. I'm in there, I get my shit, and I'm out. There's no true progression system in this game. It is what it is. So it allows me to PvP more frequently. It allows me to play other classes more frequently. I roll dungeons because I get keys, because monster sets are actually, ideal traded monster sets are harder to come by than friggin' trial sets most of the time. It's just the way it is. You know, I belong in a trial guild on the PS4. I barely roll with them because I don't need to do trials all the time. And then I have one of the top-end trader guilds who have hardcore players, trial players, who take me into their trial content anytime I say, hey, I'm available. They'll grab me. Doesn't matter what class I play. They say, what are you doing, Mystic? Are you on a healer? Or are you on DPS? Are you going to tank? If no matter what I say, I'm in. So I take it for what it is. You know, it's great. And we get the content done. They're really good players. And they never question me. There's a couple. There's one or two that will like question. But majority of the ones who know me for the last year and something, they know. They're like, don't just. That one guy stepped in and he's like, listen, yeah, he's on a DK healer. Just shut up. Let's get through this. We'll be fine. And we were. At the end of the day, and he was the one leading it, and I was like, cool, man. You know, that's cool. Great. You know, that's all I'm here for. I don't give a shit. I just want to do the content on my class, on my character. You know, that's it. When I decide to do it. I don't do it all the time. Hell, I haven't been in a trial for... I was in trials. I did a couple of normal ones because I was trying to farm an axe, which I was getting through pretty fast on each trial run, but the axe wasn't dropping for fucking shit. But about 2 weeks ago, and other than that, I haven't been vet trial since Morrowind. I wanted to get back into Halls of Fabrication because I tested Halls with the friggin' Warden Healer, which was what I really liked. So I wanted to test the Warden Healer in the new trial because it was coming out and it was pretty badass and I liked it a lot. So that's why I went with, I definitely was going to make a Warden Healer regardless, but I wanted to check it out firsthand. But yeah, guys, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't care, man. I don't. I'm not here trying to prove shit to people. I'm not, and that's why I don't care to do a lot of content, because it feels like I have to prove something to people. Oh, I've already proven so much to people. Diminishing Returns, right? This man's covered it. I've covered it from the get. When people talk about, oh, it's because of Morrowind, bullshit. That is so fucking bullshit. If I put in MMOs and Diminishing Returns, you see floods of information. 2,450,000 results. Why? Because it's been there the entire fucking time. Diminishing returns in WoW. Diminishing return formulas. How to calculate diminishing returns. Blah, blah, blah. What offsets the law of diminishing returns? Those are in different curves. It's been here for fucking ever. It wasn't introduced with Morrowind. The CP system just became a little different. Now, the rounded variables were set in different, right? The jump points. But other than that, diminishing returns has been in this game forever. But yet, when I go over here, and I go to YouTube, and I go to Outcast, and I watch any of his previous videos, he'll be stacked like a motherfucker. He'll be stacked. He will be completely fucking stacked. Anything prior to Morrowind, let's go look at his Beamplar.
You and the architect combined with Giuliano's for tenacity. Now here is where things change. So because I'm running a precise weapon,
this must be his new updated
off
one.
Balance uptime, so that's not that much.
Okay, this is old. I wanted some of his old ones. Yep, this after Morrowind.
A lot, and the duration is 8 seconds, radius 10 meters. So what does it do?
Warden build 7. Wouldn't be in Warden. Come on, man. Where's the other builds at? Templar builds 21.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This will be...
Let's see when this one was created. July. No. Why can't I find any of his fucking shit? prior to Morrowind. See this one. June. I need something. Maybe. No. It released in June. So I'm trying to find it. Anything. Was this his first one on a Beamplar? August. Okay, this'll work.
Player buff. Then if 5 pieces twice on the
Twiceborn.
This one.
Love it because they were still rolling Twiceborn back then, thinking it was best in slot.
The dispatcher case. Basically, it's up willpower and free moon damage. Champion points. 70 points in the Thaumaturge because all our skills are basically dot damage. 27
he's 80,
and
so
80 elemental expert.
Yeah, so he has the DRs configured.
No,
Well, except he went 80. I'm seeing if he has any 100.
Arcanist,
Right there, right there. Oh, right there. Right there.
And 80 elemental expert. Now,
Right there.
77 Arcanist.
Right there. Because he thought return was the best way to stack it. Right? But if you actually would have looked in tenacity, right, if we would have went back, he has next to nothing in tenacity. None. Why? Because he didn't weave. He spammed. Right? He spammed. He was completely spamming. And you'll see this in all of them. You go to Gilliam's, previous to Morrowind, all of them. They all ignored a lot of the fundamentals of what the game was designed to do. And especially in the CP system, they went ahead and they stacked and they overstacked the values. Now, you can do that. I'm not saying you can't do that, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is what I've offered this community is fact. Not bullshit. It's not bullshit. You know? Well, I've given the guys the information, the tools. Okay? You have diminishing returns. You have indifferent values. You have sets that will yield a better result based on this class passives and parameters. Now, is it best in slot? Never going to fucking say it. Sometimes you'll be surprised. It's circumstantial. I always tell players that. Right? I'm just giving you guys options. I'm giving players options. Right? But it's true. It's always going to be true. Back of discussion. Any class can play any role. It's been said since the beginning from the developers, from the ZeniMax, from the horse's mouth. I didn't make it up. It's not new. For all the fucking troll wannabe elitist, you're not elite. Why am I going to tell you you're not elite? Because you can't grab the concept of what this game's about. You can't even conceptualize that, let alone watching people on YouTube who ignore fundamental laws of MMOs. It is what it fucking is. But if I go to the forums, there's a shitload on ESO forums about this shit and has always been there. Alright? But you guys are fucking want to grab a YouTube video and plug in. Did your mom ever tell you too much TV's bad for you? Jeez, I hope so. God. Alright, man. I'm out. I'll be getting on the PC, doing some shit. But I wanted to do this video. I wanted to do it because for the last year, I've finally been on here a little over a year on YouTube. Played for a year and a half. I've been a little over a year and a half. About a year and 7 months. And I've been on YouTube now for a slightly over a year now. So, and I want to do it. This is why I'm here. Any class can play any role. There's no best in slot. There are diminishing returns. High health tanks do mitigate more damage unless you're a Sork tank, which is completely different. But typically, the shields are scale from health. So, there it is, guys. What I've offered this community is substantial. It's substantial. So, some people, appreciate what I've done, and a lot of trolls don't. The mass fucking, what's those characters, those little things called? The lemurs that fucking go flying off a cliff back in shit. They're fucking bunch of lemurs, man. They're just, diving off of a cliff. Mass suicide. They're blindly following who's ever in front of them, not knowing it's their fucking doom. All right, there you guys go. Love me or hate me. Once again, it's Mystic Raven. It's ESO Daily. Thank you for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.